Here's a screen recording from my iPhone of a flight I did after the live stream video that I did. I was trying to figure out how to switch between maps and drone view. And a lot of things happened here that I'm trying to remember, trying to figure out. This is just a bunch of noise here. I was trying to get the drone calibrated and ready to fly. So anyway, here I am setting up the drone for the flight. I made sure the home point was set.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Return to home altitude was set at 120 meters. I unset return to home at current altitude. Beginner mode was off. I accidentally turned it on. Enable max distance was on. I wanted that off. Alright, so there I accidentally turned on beginner mode. So I got to turn that back off. And enable max distance, I turned that off. And I calibrated the compass. And you can see in the video the drone is getting scrambled all around during the compass calibration. All right, it's calibrated. We're ready to go. Ready to take off. And I don't know why I was still screwing around here. Okay, we're going to take off now.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
I had to ascend diagonally around the trees because there are trees right over the driveway, and you got to get out over the middle of the street to avoid them. Okay, now we can get going in sport mode and go down the street. I'm going east. But of course I had to check out that huge plume of smoke. Somebody was making a burning mess down there. I like the way the ISO changed from 400 to 1600 as I dropped the gimbal. That really lightened up the ground. Look at that smoke. Only 120 feet up. The guy who was making that mess must have heard the drone because he stepped out. You see him right now. Stepped out to look up and find out what that noise was. He's looking up. At this point, I fiddled with the map icon and figured out where he was. He's at the corner of North View and Valley View. Already 1,200 feet east of my driveway. What happened right about here is my iPhone dropped out of the controller holder. The data cable between the iPhone and the controller fell out of the socket, so I lost the signal, and this is what the iPhone is showing me while it's lying on the pavement in my driveway. I had to reconnect it to the controller. You can see all this mess here is what happened while it was getting reconnected. Finally, I turned off all this noise in the DJI Go app and got back to looking at what the drone was doing. There we are. The iPhone was disconnected. The drone apparently hovered over the smoke, waiting for the signal to be reestablished. The drone didn't go anywhere. So once I got reconnected, I rose up to almost 400 feet before proceeding further east. We're out pretty far, 1,900 feet, 2,000. The drone kept going. I almost got over Yankee Run Road. Before the signal started getting flaky. It was already pretty dark. That's why the ISO is set at 3200. Oh, now it's 1600. Right around here, I started having a weak signal problem. Almost over Yankee Run Road. So I tried to get the drone to turn around and come back to me, but I think I sent it in the wrong direction, because as it was proceeding, the distance was not really decreasing, the distance between me and the drone. But this went on for a while. What happened actually was, instead of coming back towards me, the drone went out over Old 82, about halfway down the hill. It got all the way out over that road before I decided to use the return to home control. I wasn't liking what was going on because the distance from me to the drone was not really decreasing. It was remaining at around 2,900 feet. At this point, it looked like it was actually increasing. Back over 3,000. Didn't like that at all. I didn't want to land there. I think that's what I did the last time. That was the wrong thing. So
Go home.
I used the control to have it come home. You're not hearing it in this video, but the whole time that red X remained on the left side of the screen along with the bouncing message, there was an annoying beep going on, which was not recorded in this screen recording. Thank God. When you run screen recorder on the iPhone, it does not record system sounds. That's a good thing. Now the distance from me to the drone was decreasing. The drone was coming home, still had lots of battery. So we kept the drone coming home. It was really pretty dark here at this point. But after having hit the return to home button, at least the distance to the drone was decreasing. Now, in the lower left, that map icon that's been minimized has an icon at each corner, and I'm not sure what each icon means. Anyway, the drone was almost 400 feet up, straight up, because the distance was 1 foot. I canceled the land because I didn't want it to come straight down. After all, there were trees between it and the driveway. I wanted to bring it down to about 120 feet and then manipulate it diagonally between the trees down onto the driveway. That's what I was doing here. Almost down there. And so we've reached the street. That was the end of the
Landing.
flight.